It was upon the midnight hour of the factory, with the plushies scrambling and the rejects demanding. A lone Cinnabon with an injured gait heard a bump and a skitter behind a nearby crate. A reject, she feared? The sound had soon neared. The presence revealed itself to her. What she saw caused a panic stir. Plushies all around gathered to the scene. A dog, a bear, Thimble, Mole, and Queen. What had descended upon them loomed. It was apparent that they were doomed. With each step, louder and louder it would get. Claws bared, teeth sharp, eyes yellow. Nearing, faster, and... Boo! Hey folks, happy spooky season! How are we enjoying the crisp fall air? Okay, so maybe it's not quite there yet. But on my channel, we're celebrating Halloween right here and right now. My house, my rules. Anyways, now that you're here, I can finally share with you a little something that I've been thinking on for a hot minute. Halloween and Dolly's Factory. You know what's better than Halloween and Dolly's Factory? The two combined. So, I'm gonna share with you a few skin concepts I made for the cast to celebrate one of my favorite holidays. Don't ask me what my favorite holiday is, I truthfully couldn't decide. Anyways, let's get to it. Hey guys, gals, and pals, my name is Alex, and I'm your professional vampire for today. First is Buddy's skin. I made him a vampire. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Yes, he's matching me, and yes, he's my favorite, but stick with me here. You can see the vision, right? He has a longer tail and a cool cape. I had to give this boy the slicked back hair treatment. He has to look pretty to be a vampire. I give him a jabot because it makes him look fancy. Oh yeah, did you know that they're called jabot? I did not know that until now. I always have seen them, but nobody told me that they were called jabot. This is how that's spelled. This is something I feel needs to be known. I'm calling this skin the Loyalist Vamp because he's a loyal good boy. I'm also going to be answering Q&A questions throughout this video as a celebration of 1.5k subscribers. I know that happened a while ago, but I'm still very thankful, and I thought I'd answer some of your burning questions. This one comes from Leon McKenzie-K2V. What's your favorite plush in Dolly's Factory, gameplay and design-wise? Very relevantly, my favorite plushie in the game is Buddy. He's the machine-fixing meta at the moment with his ability that helps complete machines quickly, and his design is adorable. I am absolutely obsessed with Buddy, and my next big project I'm planning to share with you all soon may or may not revolve around him. His design, to me, is peak simplicity. Every time I think of the saying more is less, Buddy always pops into my mind. His design is very simple but very effective, and I couldn't ask for anything more from him. One thing I do want to see in the game is dialogue getting more into the complexities of the characters rather than their most prominent traits, but that's another thing entirely. Cinnabon's skin. I wanted to base her off of, like, Possessed Doll, the ones they put on the Ghost Chaser TV shows and make movies about. Oh man, that was a missed opportunity to make them a ghost hunter. I gave her a little patchwork look near the ears and an adorable dress with a pointy red bow that I took a bite out of. And for the cherry on top, she spilled ketchup all over herself at the condiment station. She's adorable and ready to redesign your living space when you're not looking. I'm calling this skin Dearest Doll. Next Q&A. This question comes from Tropicaland Sam, which I've been meaning to talk about Tropicaland, but I haven't had the time to address it. I love Tropicaland. I'm so excited for it. Anyways, Tropicaland Sam asks, if you had the choice to add one thing to Dolly's Factory, what would it be? Personally, I would love to see some sort of boss zone that incorporates hiding places as a major mechanic. Not an optional, but a necessity to survive. I think that it would be so cool if the entire gameplay of the game would just switch up for a specific boss. We saw this a little bit with Doug, but the mechanics aren't really all too varied from the normal gameplay loop. I'd either want that or a fox plushie. Foxes are my favorite animals. Big surprise. On to Coda skin. I actually don't have much to say at all about this one. I just thought a classic killer would fit him, so I slapped on a totally different and not at all based on Jason hockey mask. Yeah, honestly, this isn't the most solid skin and doesn't change really much at all, but I had fun drawing, and sometimes being a little creative at the end of the day is all that matters. I do not have a name for this skin. Another question. This one's from Alan Built. Dear Lost Alex, why don't you mention Coda that much in your videos? Is he your least favorite? Yes. Yes, he is. Sorry if you like Coda. I mean, I like Coda, but I just don't find him all too particularly interesting. Not my taste in characters, if you ask me. And well, you did ask me. I was stumped on Queenie's skin for a while. Originally, I had the idea of making Queenie a vampire because she likes to be really stylish, but then I figured, she's a floating half the time. Why don't I slap on a witch hat and a cute outfit and call it a day? So yeah, there's Queenie. I'm calling this skin Fabulous Bee Witcher, because we can't go without a bee pun here. It just won't do. Next question. This one comes from randomdude-9495. If you could create a Dolly's Factory character, what would they look like? I actually have created a character concept. His name is Winslow, and he's a jumping spider plush. I did make this back when I first discovered the game, and the only plushies were Cinnabon, Buddy, Coda, and the freshly added Queenie. I feel like I have a better idea of what the game is now, so I don't know what character I'd make, but Winslow isn't the final destination. I might make a video on that, but that's completely up in the air. I have other things to get to. Thim's skin was also a simple thought. He's Frankenstein's monster. Gave him bolts, metal thingies, a coat, and to contrast with all the grays, I made his needle gold. I tried to think of objects similar to a needle that had to do with Frankenstein and his monster, but nothing came to me, so yeah. I think I was going to call the skin Thread and Bolts, but who knows. It's up in the air. I've given up on naming them at this point. The last question comes from Apostolical Star. Who is your favorite character to draw? Do you perhaps think that progression on Dolly's Factory should be buffed? So, drawing-wise, I love drawing Buddy. I also really like drawing Thim. I headcanon him as just a little guy because he's the shortest of the cast to date. Tiny but mighty is a great trope, in my opinion. Progression-wise, I think that the choice to have only 2 machines done per zone at the beginning is a much-needed break apart from the dandy-like genre. It speeds things along pretty nicely, and the progression curve isn't too harsh as more machines are added. I honestly wouldn't be upset if the current pace changed, but it does take a while to progress farther. It again could be because the cast hasn't fully diversified, and we only have a few plushies and charms to choose from, but I think the game could move a tad faster. The final skin is Doug's. He's also not at all based on a classic killer. I had to do it because of the claws, though. Tell me it's not perfect. I also put his light on a band around his hat, and that's pretty much all I have to say on him. Here are all the skins. This was a lot of fun to do, and thanks for sticking around. Doug's design was actually revamped lately and simplified to better match the rest of the cast, and for that, I want to say thank you to the developers. I know I keep saying this time and time again, but it's true. The reason for my criticism of this game is because I really truly love it and want to see it succeed. And the developers have taken that, tried it out, and have made a better game from it. Thank you for considering the advice from your fanbase. Also, the way they simplified him was a lot better than my example. Keeping the pattern on his vest adds a lot of visual interest and is executed well, so bravo! On a closing note, I've gotten a few pieces of fan art recently, so sincerely thank you to those who reached out to me to gift a little something. It truly means a lot to me. As always, thanks guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!